"25 years is a long time. 9,125 days, 219,000 hours, 525,600 minutes, 2.5 decades, and a quarter of a century." Where were you 25 years ago? Were you even alive? Were you a kid in school, grinding your way through college perhaps? Or were you like me, a 2-year-old with no grasp of the real world, where everything in the world was new and interesting, and days were spent watching a brand new 24-hour kids show channel called TreehousTV? If that was you, then you will love what you're about to watch today. Hi there, my name is Bradley Dunn, but known on YouTube as Obscure Media TV, and this is something I have been wanting to do for a very long time. There were a lot of channels I grew up with here in Canada, such as Teletoon, YTV, and Family Channel. And while I owe all of those channels a great deal of gratitude for shaping me into the person I am today, there was another channel that kickstarted that train.
I like trains.
A channel that airs shows made for quite a young audience. I am talking preschool to kindergarten age children, and that, as may have guessed by the title of the video, was TreehousTV, a channel that first aired in 1997 and is still on the airwaves 25 years later. That, in general, is a huge milestone and it is worth mentioning, but I'm going to be doing a little more than that. This is going to be a multi-part series where I talk about every aspect of the channel as I possibly can. For today though, I want to start with telling you how this channel came into existence. So, let's take a look. TreehousTV's story actually starts a few years before 1997. We go back to 1994, a year that I got no memory of as I wasn't born until the following year. But during that year, YTV, another kids show network in Canada that is still around today, started airing preschool-age kids shows on a block called The Treehouse. The Treehouse was a children's block that took place inside a treehouse and was hosted by various program jockeys whose names were PJ Todd, PJ Krista, PJ Katie, and PJ Simon. Together, the program jockeys would do things like arts and crafts, tell stories, and read viewer mail. They were also joined by a group of puppets known as the Fuzzpaws, who would actually end up getting their own show on the block. The first show I want to talk about, though, is a show that was hosted by PJ Katie called PJ Katie's Farm. PJ Katie's Farm was a show that was as simple as it gets. It's just a show starring PJ Katie, who is shown playing with farm animals made out of Crayola model magic. She used these animals as well as a plastic toy barn to tell basic stories that very young children can grasp. However, this isn't a show I can see myself watching, especially since it was a tiny bit before my time, as I was just born during the show's main run. With that said though, the block did have shows I remember watching, as YTV and TreehousTV would run them later on. Some of these shows include Wishbone, a show about a Jack Russell Terrier that takes you into his imagination where he imagines that he is the main character in classic books like Robin Hood and Sherlock Holmes. Bananas in Pajamas, a show about bananas that wear pajamas and go on adventures with living, breathing teddy bears. Big Comfy Couch, a show starring a clown named Lunette and her doll Molly as they dress up and play games on their big comfy couch, as well as visiting her grandmother at her house and visiting Snickle Fritz, Grandma's cat, and Major Bedhead, the local postal man. And lastly, Rupert, a show that follows Rupert the bear who lives in a little medieval village called, and I'm not even joking, Nutwood.
You serious?
Rupert also travels the world to go on adventures with different friends, which in return gives the show a very European and Chinese influence. I know I'm being kind of vague here, but that is mostly because I want to give this show its own video at some point down the road, so I want to save as much as I can for that video. The Treehouse ran for a good few years and proved to be popular with preschool age kids, so much so that by 1997, Chorus Entertainment, the company that owns YTV and Teletoon, decided that they wanted to turn it into a 24/7 channel, so they ended the block on YTV and started another block called YTV Junior, which aired most of the shows the Treehouse did, but they took out the PJs and the Treehouse as a whole, and on November 1st, 1997, TreehousTV was born and started airing some pretty wacky shows. What shows are that, you ask? Well, next time we will start diving into them right here on Obscure Media TV. Guys, thanks for watching. If you're new here and want to see more videos like this one, then hit the subscribe button and ring that bell. Also, like the video and comment down below, as the more engagement our videos get, the better. And if you would like to be like our super patron Ryan Smith, then check out my Patreon in the description below, where you can get special perks such as early viewings and shoutouts in every video. Anyways, I got more videos to make, so we will see you next time. Take care.